Having been out for almost 2 years now, with many updates and an absolute roller coaster of ups and downs, Helldivers 2 is still kicking it and has a large fan base to accommodate this. And speaking of fans, the community has been pretty good, for the most part, discussing lore and potential updates. And in some cases, let's say being a little too critical for a little too long. Here's an MO for you. But if we're talking subreddits, at least it's not the Half-Life one. Like, seriously, is everyone okay here? Like, honestly, are you guys doing okay? Listen, I want Half-Life 3 as much as you guys, but come on, man. Here's an MO for you. Anyway, in regards to what the fans want to see in Helldivers 2, I thought I would make a little wish list of my own. Some which may have been discussed already, and others that might be new ideas. For good reason. Today, I want to dive into hell by looking at some things I'd like to see in future updates. And to help me out, for approval that is a fellow democracy officer, who I realized a little too late that everyone's ship has a different named officer and shipmaster, named after the devs maybe? Also, whatever happened to this woman? Never you mind, Helldiver. Now, let's get on with it. Okay. So, at some point playing the game, you'll successfully unlock every ship module, to the point where you don't know what to do with all these samples. Sometimes it's fun to help others who need them, by collecting them, but what are you going to do with them for your own ship? New ship modules would be fun, but I reckon it would be fun to be able to spend them to upgrade the ship in more cosmetic ways. Like, for example, why can't I display my favorite armor here, or my favorite weapon loadouts? And this spot has been here for a while now, just sitting there, menacingly. I know Arrowhead are cooking something, but I just can't prove it. Essentially, it would be nice to have something to spend those samples on, to incentivize veteran players to collect them again. Helldiver, did you know you can donate your samples to the cause? Also, imagine if you will, some type of expansion around the ship, or some form of ministry-approved decorations, or something. Like, why can't we have a seating area for my buddies? To discuss democracy, of course, and in a way have something that doesn't necessarily change the gameplay in any way, but allows you to spend those samples on something fun, so they're not just collecting dust. I'd like to see variations for armor sets, where perhaps you can unlock different colors or patterns, approved by the ministry of course, or simply allows to match a helmet's color with another armor set. And speaking of, having stats for helmets and capes would be cool too. Like, say a helmet or cape gives you a 5% damage buff, or defense buff. I'm just spitballing here, but I think it would make the loadouts more dynamic. Perhaps the shooting range to practice new weapons and loadouts might be a good addition to the Super Destroyer. Another thing which I would like to see, somehow, mainly because more and more of my friends are now playing the game, is it would be cool to have larger missions that allow 2 parties to join. When I started playing the game, it was just me and one other friend who played, needing 2 randoms to fill up the squad. Now, my brother, cousins, and more friends have joined the fight, being able to fill up 2 whole squads. I'm starting to think my previous video on the satire of Helldivers 2 actually worked as propaganda to get the game. Well, we can't all fit in the one squad now, and there's always at least one person sitting in the sideline, watching, waiting, sad. Usually just solo farming on Trivial, or playing Vampire Survivors or something. I feel like it would be cool to have more players in a game, but maybe under certain circumstances. So 4 Helldivers are not destructive enough. Interesting. With the changing narrative in the game, I imagine larger missions that require more joint firepower and efforts. Special missions that maybe only appear with specific updates. For example, say you needed to go even deeper into Terminid hive planets, or take out an automaton commander deep behind enemy lines, or liberate an entire city from the Illuminate, with multiple objectives needed to complete the mission. Basically, have a good reason, for requiring more players. Also, can you imagine 8 napalm barrages all at once? I don't think my computer could handle it. I know something like this might not happen, but it would be awesome to have 8 people into one mission, hilariously team killing each other by accident, and just absolute banter within the team.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh shit, there's a mine right next to me. But I'm gas resistant. I should be okay, right? That's how it works.
The chain reaction.
Also, I'd love to see more viable melee weapons. I recently started doing melee builds, and I think I just unlocked 100 more hours into the game. I know the devs want to push more of a grunt narrative, but come on. We might not be these guys, but we're also not these guys either. No offense. We're highly trained, special forces units, with possession of very expensive equipment.
You know, the cost of one stratagem is more than most citizens make in a year. You can see why they only entrust them to Helldivers.
No!
Helldiver, in here get. Get in here, Helldiver. Subscribe. Now, one of the requests which does get brought up a fair bit is mech customization. And for good reason. Getting to choose which weapons you want on your mech not only customizes your playstyle, but it also means you can experiment with some cool combinations. Like, what if we attached dual arc throwers and created the walking team killer 9000? But while mech customization sounds awesome, and I'm all for it, what I would love to see added as an attachment is simply a chair. Let me explain. Imagine, if you will, some form of seating arrangement on top of the mech, allowing a fellow Helldiver to lock in and sit themselves on top and act as a sort of tank commander or tank gunner of some sort, being able to sit comfortably while assisting in a number of ways. This could mean that whatever loadout the Helldiver has controls their role as mech buddy. Imagine him armed with a machine gun, taking out smaller foes, even from behind, while the mech focuses on bigger targets. Or have them with a rocket launcher, acting as anti-air, or even with a solo silo remote, going full Metal Gear on their asses. Grab a chainsaw, throw an airstrike, call in another mech while you're on a mech. The possibilities are endless! But I hear what you're saying. Why not just walk next to the mech and do the same? Well, have you ever walked next to a mech that your buddy is controlling? There's a very good chance that you'll end up flattened by that clumsy contraption. Also, it's just way cooler to sit on top. At the moment you kind of can, but you have to keep moving with the mech. I don't know, I think it'll be awesome to have some form of tank commander thing going on, with maybe a small armor plate or something to go with it. I feel the most fun is had when you integrate both customization and teamwork. A chair could integrate better teamwork. Fascinating. As a random last minute thought, a sentry on top of the mech would also be awesome, but it'll probably be unbalanced somehow. And speaking of, a perfect segue into my next wish. Look, I'm an engineer. That means I solve problems. Something more gun. As someone who absolutely loves sentry guns and automation in video games, as well as being efficiently lazy, I want more sentry guns. Just more. More! Incendiary mortar? Arc cannon sentry? One that has an ultimatum attached to it to launch fun-sized nukes at your enemies. Shut up and take my money, I'll take it. Helldiver. I'd farm super credits for a sentry exclusive war bond. I love them that much. Your fascination with full autonomy does raise some concerns, Helldiver. Finally, on a quick note, I genuinely love to see customization for the Constitution. I know that it's meant to be more ceremonial, especially with the in-game lore, but seriously, give me a scope or something like stripper clips, and I'll be using this 60% of the time, every time. That doesn't make any sense. So, that's just a few things that I'd like to see in the game. This video was more of a fun little wish list, and to spew out some ideas that I thought might be cool. I'm still having fun playing this game, and even when there are periods of time when I'm not playing it, I seem to gravitate back towards it from time to time. Especially when my friends message me to dive, which 9 times out of 10 is responded with a resounding yes. For democracy and all that shit. I mean, for managed democracy and for Super Earth. Thank you very much for watching. What do you guys want to see updated for Helldivers 2? Leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you so wish. And let me know what you like to see me cover this year. I genuinely am curious what you guys want to see. I thank you all once again, and I'll see you in the next one. You know, that Chair idea doesn't sound so bad right about now.